You have to, find some special people to do those type of jobs, and the way that we scout games has changed, and the way that they pre-scouted games has changed since when I came over 5 years ago and going into my 6th year here. But I thought there could be a little bit more detail and preparation that goes into giving our players an advantage before they go on the ice, and I think that that's something I'd had success in my past spot with, and was something I was able to bring to the organization. I felt really passionate about, but we had to find the right personnel to do it because it takes quite a bit of time. But we went through the first year of doing some training things. If you go back to, like I said, 6 years ago, or when we arrived, and trying to put things into place. And now, there were some growing pains for certain in that first year and a half, and what exactly we're looking for, and what exactly the players, the advantage that they feel that they have when they get this video prior to playing in the game. So it's been something where, again, we feel it's a competitive advantage and something that.
But to let the people know, and what John and I were amazed by is that basically the guys will have a week to watch 5 games while they're still doing their regular jobs.
Yes. Yeah.
So they've got to put together 5 games and gather all that information and all the statistics for the players and for you.
Yeah, it's that's exactly what happens, and like I said, our 5-on-5 portion of our meeting in the past has been anywhere from probably when I got here, prior to us getting started, was a 4 or 5 minute meeting. So let me tell you now that we're at a 10-minute meeting, and at times it's a 12-minute meeting with the details of the game that we want to instill in our players. And I think the results speak for themselves in terms of the number of points we've been able to generate over the last 5 years.
Over 100 every year.
No one's close to us throughout the league, and it is a competitive advantage. Like I said, when you get players to buy into it, and then the workflow that you ask your assistants or video coaches to do, now they understand that it's truly making a difference.
How anxious are you to get back out here and get started?
That hurts for a while. In a way, when every time it gets brought up, it still hurts.
Annoying, right?
And it should.
Is he annoying you right now?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Bringing that up? Is that what's happening?
No, but at the same time, we all hate to lose.
Right.
That's what drives us, and what you want to compete. You hate that you hate that feeling. So that stings for a while, as it should. But at the same time.
Was it a little easier because you had won the year before, or was that no different? As a fan, it was easier.
I think it hurts just as much when in the moment, when it happens at the days after. But then, of course, when you distance yourself from it, and now looking back at it, of course, it feels good that at least you have a ring in the bag, and nobody can ever take that away.
Or on Eric's finger.
Right.
What do you think about that?
We got a little one. We got a little mini version of it.
So
right.
So we got that right.
Yeah.
But it's a new season. We moved on. I think we still got a great group here that can contend. So I'm super excited about that.
By the way, speaking of winning the Stanley Cup and getting the ring, if anybody ever sees this man out in public, I cannot stress this enough. You should never pay for a drink, a dinner, a haircut, groceries,
pedicure.
If you see him about to take out his credit card, you say, no, Lars, put that back in your wallet.
Right.
This is taken care of.
Right.
A parking ticket, a speeding ticket. All of that should be paid for.
Anything.
This is just a public service announcement for everybody in the D.C. area.
How often does that happen? It happens, right?
It has to have happened.
It has happened for sure.
I should have paid for your gas when I saw you.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but I would have felt like a stalker.
I still have to pay for gas, but I've had a few.
I
had a few drinks and
for sure
on the house a couple of times. So yeah, it's you can definitely tell. Everybody in the city is very appreciative of what we did 2 years ago, and everything that came with it, and people are proud of it, and so are we.
It's just sort of business as usual. He has to handle his business off the ice and that sort of thing. I'm sure you guys are monitoring it.
Yeah.
But from a playing perspective, nothing really changes, right?
Right, nothing. I mean, the league's going to make a decision here whether they want to add some further discipline as far as games missed, and plus some monitoring things. But on the ice, it's business as usual. We're looking for him to have a good year. he's a big part of our team and organization and a big part of our success when we won a championship. So we need him at a high level to be successful.
And some people may have expected more from him, and maybe you do too, but if you look at the numbers, he's had 4 straight seasons with 40-plus assists. He's up there with some of the top forwards in the game.
Yeah, he is. I think from an organizational point, the consistency part last year, he had periods where he was an elite player and periods where he wasn't. And we'd like him to be an elite player the whole year and be one of the best guys in the league.
Well, hopefully be a little more, into it. I don't know. Who knows? What about the new guys that you brought in, right? We're asking you off air, which of these are you expecting to have the most impact, which are you most excited about? You said all of them.
Yeah,
right?
I am. I think they all bring a level of competitiveness that is going to, help bring some energy to our team. I thought our bottom 6 got a little stale last year. Obviously had a good year the year before. We made some changes. All these guys compete hard. They bring energy to a game, and at different levels of skill. But I think we rounded out our forward group excellently, and on paper it looks good, and I'm excited to see it during the year.